Hi, in this video, we are going to see how do you manage requisition approvals or any purchasing document approvals in Oracle Fusion. So Oracle gives you a lot of flexibility to manage your requisition approvals. So we'll take a look at that. So you go to setup and maintenance, and then we will go to the procurement area. And what we're looking for is a task called approval management. So I click there and save all tasks. So I'm just going to give you an overview here. So if I go to manage task configurations for procurement, it's going to open a BPM work list. So if I say requisition, I think it's a rec approval. So this will open a window where we can see how the approval looks like. So there are different tabs: general, assignees, data, deadlines, notification, access configuration. So basically we are going to look at a task called assignees. So this is how the flow looks like. So you can switch to vertical layout if it might make more sense or more easy to read. So if you see, the approval has three steps. So header pre-approval, header stage, header post approval, and then something called funds override if you have like budgetary control enabled. So basically you can write your approval rules in any of these three stages. So if you can write some pre-approvals, so if you want to set some parameters, set some data, you can use the pre-approval rules, or typically the most common is people will go and write all their rules in the header stage. And then you can also have an opportunity to write your rules in the post approval. So header post approval. Just want to show you the uh, how it looks like. So give me 1 second here. So now let's go back to your procurement. So where you will write the rules are in the manage requisition approval. So I'm go and open this one. So in their workflow, we saw all those rules. These are basically those rules set up here. So as you see, you have header pre-approval, header stage, and header post-approval, and then the funds override. So what Oracle has given is on the header pre-approval stage, you can write your FYI notifications as soon as the requisition is entered. Maybe people want to write some FYIs, or when the requisition is approved, you want to write some FYIs. Then it's a consensus approval. The second thing they have given is first responder wins, and then this is a serial approval. So these two are parallel. So any of those, any of the approvals in that hierarchy they approve, the requisition gets approved. This is your serial hierarchy when the requisition is routed for approval for one approver to the next and so on, depending on the chain. So similarly on the header, we have these four things. Again, the same thing. Header first responder wins, which is a parallel. Header consensus, again a parallel, and then two serials. So you can have flexibility here. And again, similarly for the post approval, and then something called a funds override. So again, as I said, when you create a requisition, it doesn't pass through budgetary control. Somebody overrides that budgetary control and approves a rec. It can go through an approval cycle if required. And then what you do is go and let's say this enable checkbox means this rule is enabled. So let's go here. So now this enable button signs up. You can do enable right here and enable that rule when you write some rules below there, or you can also do actions and enable rule. So let's go to the one which is already enabled. And now we are going to say edit rules and see the simplicity of this. So I'm just going to create a new condition here. So click the plus sign and say US1 or LFO1 BU auto approve. So I'm going to say approve requisitions for amount less than $100. So I'm going to say instead of saying approve, I'm just going to say auto approve. Click on OK. So now as soon as I say that, you will need to add some conditions. On what conditions we are going to say. So we'll say add condition. So approval task attribute or user defined attribute. So you can define like user defined attributes for summation and currencies. So we'll just select for now approval task attribute. What it means is we have to pick up one of the attribute which Oracle provides. So I'm going to say requisition. I'm looking for an attribute called requisition amount, which tells us the dollar amount of the requisition. I'm going to say requisition amount, and I'm going to say value is less than $100. So if I put just like this condition will apply for all the requisition, all the views. So we'll add one more condition below saying that approval task attribute, that's fine. And then we'll go and search and let's put, we want to apply this condition only for our business unit. So let's say requisition, and I'm going to say requisition BU, and the value is equal to the LFO1 business unit. Having said that, what's going to happen is we have put into condition requisition amount is less than 100 and requisition BU is our business unit. I'm going to create an action, and then you can say approval required. So if you say approval required, then you can say approval group. So if you have like you can create special approval groups wherein you can add few people to it. So it can be routed directly to an approval group. So this is useful like if there is some classification, or let's say you create requisitions for like categories like capital purchases and you want to have certain CIO and top level management approve it, you can create distinct approval groups which are different from your manager supervisor hierarchy. Or let's say your equation is creating for IT, you want like a specific IT people to see what people are ordering. So and then that again, that's again not in your employee supervisor hierarchy. So these are special conditions. You can create approval groups for those and use those. I can select like a supervisory hierarchy. So once I said that, I'm going to start with the manager, and let's say top worker in hierarchy, you have to give one person. So he has to be a top worker. So let's say I want to see this guy as my top worker. So if I select like that, so if I select my action is equal to approval is required, it is going to go to supervisor hierarchy. I want to go through approval chain of the preparer. So who is the preparer on the requisition, or you can change it to a requester on requisition, and then it's going to start with his manager. Number of approval levels at that level is 1, and the top level guy is Roth Calvin. Okay, but in this case we're not going to do that. We are going to say it's going to be automatic, and then we're going to approve it. So if our requisition is less than $100 and our requisitioning BU is equal to LFO1, we are going to set it to approved, and so we'll say okay. And you can add one more action on top of it. So if you want to add an action, you can do add multiple actions again. So if you want to do something let's say route it through one hierarchy and then do something else. So let's say you chose a supervisor hierarchy, you routed that through the hierarchy, and then you add one more approval group on top of it. So that's also possible. But this is what we are going to do. We are going to say save and close. So this is going to populate those rules in that task configuration which I just showed you earlier, and then your requisitions will now go for approval. So in this tutorial, what we saw is how we can create custom requisition approval rules for your business unit. And we also said that if our requisitions are less than $100, I want them to be auto approved. So this is how you would set up approvals. And then similarly for purchasing documents, something similar. So that's for requisition. If you want to set up approvals for procurement or purchase orders, then you can set these rules up. If you want to set up your rules for like supply registrations, any change orders on the purchase orders, you can set up those rules as well. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. And we'll be putting up some more videos on procurement pretty soon. Thank you.